So my Saturn return starts on March 4th, and I'm realizing today, as like a premonition, maybe, I'm not exactly sure, I am not going to have time for everything that I want to do. We have a limited amount of time as a resource on this earth, and I am facing today, in a small way, the hard reality that I'm just not going to have time to do everything that I want to do. For example, this is the small way I'm learning this lesson. I really want to get out and I want to go on a run. I want to get out in the sun. I want to go out into nature. I want to spend some time with myself and music and the spirits and my body and go out on a run. I want to go on a run. But the amount of work I have to get done is not going to allow me to go out and have that kind of fun. So I'm like, riding with what I need to do and my priorities and making sure everything is done how it needs to be. I also realized I don't know who else has experienced this or when this has been experienced for like previous generations. I'm going to go through a Saturn return and my Saturn is in Aries, and right now Chiron is also in Aries. Chiron is like the shadow father. Chiron is the shadow father, and then Saturn is the father. So I'm going to go through a Saturn return where the shadow father and the father are both in the sign where my Saturn is. Cool. Also, for other people who are going through their Saturn returns, how do I say this? I posted a previous video about my Saturn return recently. For other people who are going through their Saturn returns in Aries, look at the degree that your Saturn is at, okay? The Saturn return starts 10 degrees on either side, or the Saturn return is 10 degrees on either side of your Saturn degree placement. So count 10 degrees into, the before your Saturn, and that is the degree placement that your Saturn return starts at. So even though my Saturn is in Aries, my Saturn return starts before Saturn gets into Aries, because my Saturn is like way early in Aries, super early. And then it ends 10 degrees after your Saturn placement. And that 10 degrees is the 9 months that it takes to conceive and nurture and nourish who you were before you popped out. Saturn returns close our first time circle of birth of the father. That's a crazy concept, and it's also a real thing that happens. So here we are. But yeah, this was an educational way for me to talk about the fact that I just want to go on a run and I gotta get stuff done and I'm not going to be able to do it today. I'm going to need to learn how to cope with that, actually, because it's been a theme recently that I just don't have time to do everything that I want to do. And I'm kind of frustrated, so I'll find a way to manage it. Probably I'll just need to schedule some time for myself to go and, figure out what I want to do, make sure it's done, and make sure I can have fun and that my work is done. Responsible, mature, and making sure. Valid. That's actually a pretty good word salad for what it is that I'm going through. Responsible, mature, making sure. Okay, Saturn return. Okay, let's learn. Happy Saturn return to you if that's what you're going through. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you too. Keep up your brew. Keep doing what you need to do. I will too. Even if I don't get to go out on my run today, I'll be doing what I need to do. I'll talk to you soon.